Yo, what's up? How are you guys doing? I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you loved the... So, since Monday we had some new information. First of all, we got the new meta game pie and we finally got the final result, so we might talk a bit about that. And there was also an unrestricted announcement a few hours ago, and by few hours I mean 12 hours ago. First of all, let's... where is it? So first of all, let's look at the week 4 of RTNs from Road to Nationals. So, as expected, most of the other decks got slightly left behind compared to Aurora. That was somewhat to be expected, comparing to what we were expecting, I think. At least what I was expecting. So, Aurora apparently looks like the massive winner of the last week of the RTNs. I think that was a bit to be expected, but that's also a bit deceptive, I think, because I feel like a lot of people might have not tested so much for specifically the 4th week of the RTNs. I mean, everyone that knew that their RTN was on the 4th week could potentially expect Viscerai not to be legal, and they could potentially be preparing for that metagame in mind. But the problem is because the most active players most of the time go to more than one Road to Nationals. That means that they probably prepared for the season as a whole. They didn't have the time to adjust to Viscerai missing, so I'm guessing that most people kept playing their decks compared to Chains. How did your Katsu deck go? Not so well. I didn't do great, and I had some rough games, and I ended up dropping at round 4 from the RTN I played with. The list is fine, the deck is okay, but Katsu is a bit too far left behind, unfortunately, compared to other competitive strategies. But, you know, if some decks, if you get some support, I don't think Katsu is completely out of the question. Thanks for asking, though. Fair, it's tough out there, yeah, I know. So, yeah, so I was expecting Aurora to do this well. It will really be something to look into when I think there is a calling this weekend, so I think this calling will be the first real opportunity for new strategies to show up, mainly for strategies to fight Aurora, because I'm expecting her to do insanely well in the upcoming season, and it will be interesting to see if there is any strategy someone has missed for a deck to mainly be able to fight Aurora again. So we have the overall pie from LSS. So Viscerai was pretty much the biggest winner. Aurora was super close behind, but yo, what's up, Pook? Aurora was super close behind, and after that it's new. I think that's a bit to be expected. The only deck I don't I think is a bit higher than it should for me is Syndra. I don't know why I'm such a big advocate for Syndra not being an ultra powerful deck, but I think her results feel like a bit deceptive. I don't think Syndra is the 4th most powerful deck in the current format, with Viserai missing. With Viserai missing being the 3rd most powerful deck. I think the main reason that people brought Syndra, apart from the surprise factor, was the fact that she had an amazing matchup into Viserai. So Prism seems like a big winner. Arachne, Marionette, I'm really happy that this guy is doing well. I really like the deck. So hopefully we get to see some more of him. Vincent actually finally became a deck. I mean, she's super close. She is in a category slightly above. Prism should burn in a library fire. Hi, what's up, Gennadilo? I agree. I hate Prism in this current meta game. The deck is so obnoxious. Vincent performed well, and then Dasayo just showed probably that she's not as dead as people think. Florian for me is really great, but he doesn't really have a great matchup into Aurora. So if Aurora hits Living Legend this season, we might see a big rise from Florian. I think Florian is a very powerful deck. Ira, probably the ninja that has the best matchup into Nu, makes a lot of sense. Verdance was weird to me. All my cool friends hate Prism. Verdance to me was a bit weird that she was this popular and she did this well. I think it was the Arthur effect. But we'll see if she ends up being good enough. Azala is always decent. Slip Through the Cracks is a deck. At least I can get as low as expect Arachne to be a deck. Victor can always win some games, and then Kaya. So one win with Vasilia, one win with Bravo. Wow. And my closest ones hate Nu. Everyone hates Prism except the Sims. I mean, Prism is an interesting deck, but it's so annoying to play against. Hating Nu should be a crime. Nu needs some support. I really hope LSS listen to us. The assassin class really needs some support. So, let's talk a bit about the scheduled ban and restricted announcement. There's not really much to talk about because of these two perfect words, no changes. So LSS states that Classic Constructed looks to be in the mid-set of one of its most balanced and exciting metagames ever, and the recent ascension of Viserai to Living Legend has created the first puzzle for players to solve. It appears several more heroes will join Viserai in retirement this year. We're looking forward to letting the Living Legend system be the primary shaping hand of the format for the next few months as we progress through the ProQuest Singapore season. So, it doesn't need any support. Neglected class. Classic Constructed, Card Options is back in the Blitz. Yeah, that's amazing. So, yeah. I think the biggest discussion regarding Classic Constructed was the fact that no card from Aurora got hit. And to be honest, I really like this take from LSS that they've created a system that they don't always want to repair by hand every now and then. Like, they don't want to repair by hand the metagame 3 times per year or twice per year, and I really respect this take from LSS. So I think arguably Aurora is, I think Aurora is the best deck in the format, hands down. I mean, she has, her worst matchups are decent, and the decks that she really loses to are completely shut off the metagame. So I think Aurora is perfectly positioned in this meta. And I agree with the no changes fact. Maybe, you know, maybe if you really wanted to do things more interesting, maybe they could do something like Attack Aurora, but it's more interesting to get into a more figured out meta game, I guess. Quick Guardian recap. Play Aurora, play Armory deck. Buy Armory deck. Pretty much. Crown of Seed is back in Bleeds. Yeah, I'm really interested that Crown of Seed is unbanned in Bleeds. Potentially, this is a test to get Crown of Seeds back in Constructed. Please, LSS, please give us back Crown of Seeds. We'll be good boys. We'll be good boys and girls. We won't do anything too obnoxious. Don't worry. Not hitting Aurora is so bad. Another Zen 2.0 meta. Well, again, I think that Aurora is the best deck in the format. There is no talk here. I mean, there's not much to discuss there. Yo, Nightbrook Studios, thanks for the follow. So, I think I agree that Aurora is probably the best deck in the format, and there is, you know, but I do like that LSS stands by their choices of letting, you know, the Living Legend system shape the format. So hopefully Aurora wins Pro Tour London, and hopefully, you know, hopefully she accelerates into ascending to Living Legend status, but I don't think that's a huge problem. The good thing about Aurora is that the games are actually being played compared to other decks. I feel that because back in Constructed wouldn't hurt too much, as there doesn't seem to be many pitch stack abusers, plus it would help deal with Fleek Knife shenanigans. Oh, you mean about the Crown of Seeds? I know, but I think, jokes aside, in classic Constructed, so the problem is, are the aggressive decks and most decks efficient enough so random Earth Hero with 6 blessings and all the defense reactions and Crown of Seeds, can they fatigue 80% of the field? If that's the case, there is no way Crown of Seeds is getting unbanned. Because I think that was the biggest problem with Crown of Seeds. The fact that, you know, the Crown of Seeds player, literally all he had to do was block with every single card and, you know, sometimes do smart uses of Crown of Seeds to, you know, sneak in a bit of extra value, and the game was over. So, are we into a game state where, you know, the extra value from Crown of Seed is not so important? Because, so putting a card in the bottom of your deck and generating a bit of value is a great mechanic. I don't know though if the lower tier of the decks are efficient enough to fight this. Because if that's not the case, we will literally instantly move to a 3-deck format. Decks that abuse Crown of Seeds, decks that can battle with Crown of Seeds, and junk decks. Nice opinion. Unfortunately, we buffed Assassin and Aurora. That was also Oldheimer. I agree. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Oldheim made this problem even worse. At the current stage of the game, Crown wouldn't change that much. Decks that are way too powerful right now. I think so too. I think that they try a bit with Bleach to see how Crown of Seeds will impact at least the Bleach meta game. And maybe Crown of Seeds is a card that could potentially return to Classic Constructed. So, Traverse being banned and Zephyr being banned in Bleach makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't think you can afford to have one use 5+ value equipment in Bleach. So I can see why Traverse and Zephyr got banned there. Well, in Bliss it's even less relevant. I agree. I know. I agree on that. And that's why they are trying this, I think. That's why they're trying this. And yes, they want to move away a bit from strategies that are, you know, a bit too polarized. I didn't really see Verdansk, Florian, or Jarl abusing it too much, although Jarl could potentially try fatigue. So, if Crown of Seeds was a wizard card, I think Verdansk would be in a much better position. I almost feel like Verdansk was designed with Crown of Seeds in mind. You know, Verdansk is the most typical deck of I have some cards and I want to see them later, and Crown of Seeds would make this much more easy, while now it's really hard to do that. The problem with Jarl is that, you know, we've already seen lists with blessings trying to set up pitch stacks and trying to drag out the game until you flood the opponent with Oakenolds. So this would be slightly more efficient, but I don't think Jarl currently is in the top 8 heroes, so maybe that's not such a big of a problem. What's BNR? Ban and restricted. Florian with crown, you. So, and a quick talk about Living Legend. I thought it was another card like Bolt and Sotwell. Yeah, no. So, I think everyone that saw the Living Legend calling towards World Tour was probably, you know, the problem with Electromagnetic Somersault is exactly what they described. The fact that you were running 1 copy of Crippling, 1 copy of Oakenhold, and you were running 9 Electromagnetics to recur that card was silly. And also the problem with Electromagnetic is that it is a fair card, but it's designed around red line heroes, not guardians. So yellow, blue, and red Electromagnetic are pretty much the same. So 3 copies are enough of this card. The only problem with this card is that the lighting decks, and I mean the real lighting decks, not Starvo, should be able to run 3 copies, but that's how they decided to move on with Living Legend. If pit stacking Jarl will be viable, that would be a good thing, right? Kinda boring that every deck is aggro or Stinky Illusionist. I mean, somewhat, yeah. I mean, you know, a few months back, Jarl got a lot of people, you know, not prepared for the pitch stack blessings defensive Jarl that simply wants to get rid of an equipment and then start playing the game after 7 turns. Which is fine. I don't know if it's too powerful though. Yeah, Commoner, I have no idea about Commoner. I have no comment to make on that. If the format is more fun, that's a good thing. And next one is May 27, 2025. That's May. So that's after London, obviously. So that's after London. That's after the new set will probably be released or at least spoiled. I'm curious to see what happens when Ice comes back, as my belief is that it is why we have Jarl. I agree. I mean, I've said that before, that I think that the Islander archetype is quite fundamental to the game, and Islander making a comeback would be pretty interesting. I think, you know, the whole Ice Wizard archetype is something that we desperately need back. But I'm guessing they're trying to design something exciting and something new. Because, you know, literally Old Islander would be a good deck right now and a fine deck to have around. But probably LSS, like always, will try to do something above that. Emperor Toad. Okay. 61. Which card do I want to cut? Probably the second Venomous. Boom, boom, boom. I think the problem with Old Eyes was how taxing and oppressive it was for the gameplay. Not many decks could get through it. I agree. I think the Old Eye Lander would probably be slightly too powerful. So maybe they want to open more space for other decks. Okay, so a Blessing Betsy without Shield though. Okay, that's interesting. A modern Highlander with the same ability would not be that oppressive. That's true, but I think they want to do something more with the hero. Sure. Do I want to Arsenal Epic to pieces? It's not the end of the world, I guess. At some point we will remove HC to get a card from their hand. Oh, second snag. I think I want to get rid of the Leave No Witness. Oof. I think though what they could do just with the Old Eyes card is to restrict the amount of Frostbite the player can get. Perhaps, but then again you'd have to put cut on everything token wise too. I don't think LSS likes to do these type of changes. A bunch of blues, okay. This looks like a really hard matchup. Yeah, so the problem is that I don't think LSS likes to do so manual changes to the game. No! My Nyx! Now I don't have a Leave No Witness. That's a bit unfortunate. I think I'm just going to Tunic go again and mask them. And now I'd love to have Leave No Witness, but my last turn would be much weaker. Yeah, so I think they just want to design... I think they just want to design a more interesting Highlander. Don't get my Tunic, come on, don't wager. How do you feel about your Aurora matchup as you know? It's probably one of the roughest matchups to navigate, unfortunately. I mean, if Aurora wins the die roll in this matchup, I feel not great here. Okay, here's how I think an ace deck could come back. Yes, it would play slow and slow down the opponent, but the amount of things you could do would be limited either by card pool or hero ability. I think so too. I think the old Islander was a bit too easy to navigate. So no feels like every other hero against Aurora. I'm not saying this. I mean, I can totally see your point. Why you don't love this much? I mean, and it makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, would you like if every single time they have a problem with a hero, they manually change things? It's illegal that we don't have a D-React here. Yes. Okay. Well, even Lexi abused the eyes due to Voltaire, and the arrows did have. Well, I think the biggest problem with Lexi was, as you said, the Voltaire. I think that weapon was a bit too efficient for what it was supposed to do. Why whenever I have a D-React, I attack with weapon, and whenever I don't, they attack me with an attack? I think Voltaire was, yes, a problem, but I feel the bigger enabler was BNS. So I don't like the fact that I have a Pummel. I can get rid of the Pummel. Okay, nice. Bottom. The third thing on hidden was go again. When can we get some Bolton gameplay? Bolton, huh? We could play some games. Ah! I've literally blocked with all three of my Jestanics. That's horrible. And we finally gave them tempo. I think we're super losing this game. Opponent had a lot of things happen for them. I think the biggest problem was the fact that we miss on our D-reacts on the key turns. I like this card. Two cards for two, my favorite new turns. Yeah, I think we can play some bolting later today, rather than draft. Not even hammer. It may come off that I hate assassin sayings, all this stuff. Why did I attack with this dagger? No one knows. Why didn't I spiders bite them? No one knows. And I'm not here to deny. I've been working with Marionette coming back into the game, and they have been a joy trying to figure out. Marionette is an amazing hero. I'm really happy for the deck. I'm really happy how the deck looks like. I think after no hits Living Legend status, I think Marionette will be quite a deck to get to replace now. If I commit to what I'm about to say tomorrow, I think finally tomorrow I have the time to do the deck tech about the Marionette list that Yanis and I used for the RTNs. The deck is very versatile, I agree. And it's really fun to pilot. Really fun to pilot. Hit them with the double CNC, and probably they're flooded with D-reacts as well. It will be quite wild for me if we win this game. What I'm curious to try out is going back into the Mistveil Assassin card, just to hit HP up and a bit of control while using daggers for the mark and attack reactions. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, that the attack reactions, you know, Hiss and Venomous are one of the most efficient attack reactions ever printed for the ninja class, for the assassin class. No hammer. I do have 3 reaction for bonds. Do I open with... I don't need to open with bonds though. But I'm going to sirens them. Probably this won't go through, but it's fine. Ah, no, let's undo. Let's open with dagger. Yes, so the Mystic card pool is really interesting, and I think the current new list is a bit figured out. I don't know what they can do to change that. Let me have a peek. So they use blessings, sure. Oh, they have a sink below. I think I can leave no witness draw then. And they sink away the sink. So, for future reference, I think it will be really hard for me how are they going to navigate the card pool? Oh, why did I do that? How are they going to navigate the card pool of the Mystic Assassin? Because I don't think the new text is actually relevant, so it's going to be really interesting what they're going to bring to the table, so new isn't as oppressive. My guess is that as the game naturally progresses, probably the new decks are going to be efficient enough, so new won't have such an easy time. I think a big thing holding Marionette back though is the need to play into all the Children of Chaos and figure out what cards are beneficial for them. I'm also curious to see how Chaos Talent will look when we get more than 2 cards. I agree. I think if the Assassin traps were much better, I think Marionette would be insane. But I think the main reason why we feel this way is because we do the comparison to... I think I want to Dagger, I'll take the 6. Yeah, I mean the Chaos Talent looks super exciting. Hopefully LSS, when new Chaos cards come around, will give a spoiler card to the actual FaB Chaos. Spurlock is a super fun card to use, I agree. But unfortunately I don't think it's too competitive. Perfect! Oh, I can play Towering Titan. Oh. It can be, you just have to be able to use such a way. I think the card is most about timing and how much your opponent cares. I've used it in a few games. I've lost them, but it did put me back into the game by allowing me to find things I needed. Plus, it makes your opponent guess what number to pick and how much they want you not to have the card. Yeah, I mean, the card creates interesting dynamics, don't get me wrong. I think the card is pretty interesting. I just feel like that, you know, in the current meta game, playing a card in the Assassin class that is only good in very specific situations, it wouldn't be my ideal choice. But, you know, again, I think Marionette is... Okay, I think we buff here. I don't remember if we have a Chi or not. I think we don't, but I think we buff here. Okay. I need to pitch some silly things, so maybe I need to start with a gold. Okay. And now I play this. I banish blessings and... Here Sunder is irrelevant, Embolden. If you control another Nord, I will draw a card with Embolden. Use Nu. Bet big. Hi, I'm trying to get better at new, so you're probably at the correct channel. Because I will be bringing new to London, so I'm currently testing it with her a lot. Casting the +1, I don't think I need to. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, when it's chi, my cost no longer costs 3. I can wait for Valda too. I really like Valda as well. But I think Guardians will not be so popular until August. We got a Grains for Mask. I can fetch a Bonds. Oh, they have a snag, okay. Yes, so I think Guardians until the Mastery set comes out. Probably won't be as relevant. I have a Living a Witness on top, okay. That's good to know. Daring Titan for 0. I mean, I think I prefer to play the Bonds. I need to cast in the levels of Enlightenment since I have the Silvers. It would be fun to hit them with an attack and have it see on top to use it. Yeah. But, you know, it made sense for this Betsy build that they respected No. That's why they bring such a list. But that's the problem. That's the problem with current No, I think. That the deck is a bit too efficient. I mean, we shouldn't be winning this game. We shouldn't be winning this list, this type of list. But we are because we are somewhat playing a superior deck in some sense. So I'm really excited about what they're going to bring in High Seas. Pum pum. Puru pum pum. Average new nuts experience. I hope a new class ends. We've seen a new talent. Hopefully more cards for said pool. Hopefully so. I think we have been teased enough with Necromancer that at some point we should actually see the class. Same for Alchemist. Yeah, I think the Alchemist looks like a lot more like Alchemist looks like more like, you know, like Merchant, where it's probably going to be a, you know, casual fun class rather than a full flexed out class. But maybe not. Who knows? I think their approach in this game was correct, but I think they made the mistake of missing a bit too many hammer attacks. I think if they had managed to attack with hammer every game, they would be in a much better position to win this game. Where now I think it's close, and I think it's close not to their side. I think we're winning this one. Could have them use potion with outside effects to effectively lace or spike their attacks. That would be interesting. I mean, there are a lot of archetypes that feel like they could fit into the... do I want to play levels here? No, we just need a dagger, it's fine. We just dagger. There are many archetypes that could fit into the Alchemist category. But you know, I don't know what unique thing Alchemist can bring to the current game. Where, you know, where I don't think that's the case with Necromancer, for instance. Perfect hand. But big. Let's see if they have Embolden. I think we do this one. Let's see if they don't have a pummel first. Have we seen 3 pummels? 1 to pummel and 1 is banished. Yeah, 3 pummels. So I think it's more important to dagger rather than to remove a card from their hand. Oh wait, I think they only have a sink. Let's actually remove everything from their deck. Blessings. Buckle. And I think the next card was a sink below. Okay. Sorry, Hondo. More like a Chaos Illusionist. Necromancer I think would be ally, hate, or oriented. More like a Chaos Illusionist. Yeah, but I can see the differences between, you know, Shadow or Chaos Illusionist compared to a Necromancer. Perfect hand. Ooh, Tear Asunder, that's bad. Snag, what? Just curious, do you share your deck list or is it a secret? Nah, everything is open. If you need any list, just ask. Streaming and keeping lists in secret is somewhat hard. Okay, so we just need to... I think we won because they won't have a card to attack. We won by exactly one card. Yeah, there you go. No other player from my team is going to bring Nu to Amsterdam, to London. So it's not a big deal to share the list. Let's see who would have guessed. Let's put it on the bottom and hope for something else. Silver, Dagger, Mask. Good game. Yes, so that's the problem with these type of Guardian lists, that even if you try everything to respect them, I mean, that in that game, literally whatever we did was ended up being not wrong, was bad for us. We got hit at the beginning for 3 drink 'em under the table where we had no defense reactions, so we couldn't efficiently block that. We blocked with all 3 Jestanics. We never managed to do a big disruption because of blessings, and they still lost. I think that game though was probably a bit for... They lost this game probably from experience, because in this type of matchup, if that's your approach, you need to be literally trying to hammer every turn. Guardians are hard due to the amount of blues they have to run, on top of needing a lot of their important cards at opportune times. Yeah, and well, whichever deck Siren Call works on, if you play Siren's Call and you know it's going to hit, Nu has... This card is on power level with Codex when that happens. I mean, it's plain silly. But that should be a good thing. I mean, Nu being the deck that punishes blue should be fine. The problem is that Nu punishes blue decks and has a great matchup into random aggressive strategies as well. Interesting list, thank you. The opponent needed to keep a few yellows or reds in deck to play around Nu effect. That would be interesting. But then that makes your deck much worse, and that's sometimes a problem. Do I care about bonds? I think I do. I don't mind popping all of equipment turn 0 versus Das.io. Oh no. Don't crank, perfect. Perfect was a big word. I think we're popping some equipment. How did you do for RTNs? I won an RTN and lost to the finals on the second one with Nu. And back in Athens, the other 2 RTNs we had, a teammate won one of them with Marionette, and then I played his deck the next day and I won the second event. I reached the finals with a teammate. I reached the finals with Alex, and we didn't play. Bones hurts against mech, I feel, due to having no blocks. Yeah, that's true. I mean, whichever deck runs no attack, no defense reactions, it's so hard to navigate into new. Oh my freaking god, we draw like gods. Bonds into bonds. This guy is going to be screaming. Oh wow, my red line deck is hard to play. Yeah, I mean, I was honestly not believing in Marionette so much. And Giannis really loved the deck since the beginning, played a quadrillion games, did an amazing performance on, I think it was 42 players RTN, and he lost like one game in Swiss, and that's it. And then I didn't want to play Nu again in the last day, mainly because I already had the invite. So I took his deck and had a blast. Yeah, you need blues unless you're playing the GC build. The token dagger. Oh, the Celicera, yeah. The thing with Marionette though, I mean, I don't, you know, Giannis gave me a full report as well, but it's a really hard thing, especially for the RTN players that are slightly more local compared to the more seasoned players of bigger events. Is that a lot of players didn't know how to navigate the lines when playing into Marionette. Because one attack for stealth and 1 damage with go again if opponent is marked. Yeah, the Celicera. Deck building is something I still don't know how to do. Deck building in Flesh and Blood is much harder compared to other card games, I agree. I'm more used to the old warrior pool as I'm recently getting banned into since BL. Okay. Hi there, how are we doing? Here, just chilling. You know, keeping the grind of some new games up. And just talking about banner restricted and metagame. How are you, Mitch? I just started last year, July. Oh, nice. Welcome to the game. You started probably not in the best season of Flesh and Blood. I think early meta Mistveil was probably one of the most obnoxious meta games we had in the last few years. But I think right now the meta game rocks. I think right now the meta game is probably one of the best meta games we had in a while. Okay. Codex. Pitch a blue dagger, it hits, give levels, go again. CNC boots, leave no witness. I don't have a leave no witness. I still keep Codex on top though. So maybe I don't care to draw. So maybe I just go Dagger. I think it's Dagger Prognosis CNC. Okay, so now it's go again. I could keep the extra card in Arsenal, but I don't mind pressuring them. That probably will ask for Providence, though. I think that round was wrong. Since they blocked the dagger, I should have Arsenal the Prognosis and simply play the CNC, because next turn we might be forced to block with 3 and play Prognosis, and on the turn after to try and play the Codex. I gotta find some money to get cards for Marionette and Arachne Solitaire Confinement for Bleed Skirmish. I'm just worried that I will be blown out by blazes in my locals. But the pure assassins can't win against here. I haven't played much Bleed, so I don't have much input into that. But most of the time, you know, Arachne Marionette compared to Nu is in a much better position versus Wizards because the deck has much more damage compared to Nu. So if you have the AB Spell Void equipment, you should be fine. No, my tunic! No! My list has one. I think getting into the game, Sleep is going to be around for a while and his ability more beginner friendly. That's true. I mean, Marionette is quite a complicated hero to play, but I think if you commit to play Marionette, the reward afterwards is tremendous. Oh, I don't have a prognosis. Sorry. I thought I had a prognosis. Yeah, so it was an extra mistake that we didn't choose to keep the prognosis there. That was a punt. Hopefully it won't cost us the game. They have a system reset and we lose now. Witness. Also, controversial opinion, I am playing BSV in Marionette. What's BSV? We don't have an exciting turn. Blood Spattered Vest, okay. I don't think it's that controversial. I can totally see the reason why you want to run this card instead of Tunic. Especially if you don't have Tunic. Like, find me a place for 30B here. I'll check this out after the game. Mario is more aggressive. I feel hard to gain back momentum. That's true. I mean, you don't... I think we take 5. You don't easily come back with Marionette. Marionette cannot do these insane things that Nu does once in a while and... and come back in a game where she was like 20 HP behind or something. But on the other hand, Marionette can snowball way more games. That and the 2 boxes I pulled gave me 1 he ain't regular RF. Okay, that's nice. That's a good card to have access to. I mean, I think we see more and more LSS trying to force players to move away from spamming Tunic in every single slow deck. And in a more aggressive meta, I would easily see Marionette running Blood Spattered. I think the biggest curve to learning Marionette is building the deck itself and the randomness of Chaos. I agree, but the biggest problem to that, I mean, the agents of Chaos are quite consistent within themselves, so most of the time, I think it's much harder to navigate, not so much in the deck building process. Leave no witness. Are you on a strike? How many cards does cards? Yeah, let me show you. Yes, I'm torn between Nu and Mario, plus just need to be a better player. I mean, it's interesting that you attempt to play both of these decks because both of these decks teach you different things regarding the game. And that's interesting. Codex block, yay, my favorite line. And I think it's a good thing that you pick up both of these decks because like hopefully for a lot of players, Nu will achieve Living Legend status in 2025. So you will have access to another hero. I got my pseudo-controlled Mario list that I like. Okay, that's interesting. The BSV hopefully, honestly, with how the meta is right now, like you said, is better than Tunic for how often you go dagger into stealth attack to know having the resource to react potentially. I agree, but a problem I had with Blood Spattered Vest while testing with Yanis was that a lot of decks pack hate for Syndra and you get hit by that as well, and that's annoying. So if you overcommit to your flick lines, sometimes you get blown out by the random hate people bring in order to face Syndra. That's why I think that currently probably Tunic is better. Mainly because of that. Again, if we move away from this meta game and we reach a point where Syndra is not so popular and random decks are not running every single prevention effect their class has access to, 3 shelters and maybe 1 to 2, breeze. Oh no, my mask. Pistol, I have a leave no witness. Yeah, I'm not giving them the life HP. I have been wanting to test cards outside of the Flick of Knives due to its price and the Outsider's Dagger throw attacks. That could potentially be very powerful. Oh, you screwed up the play Timon without boost! No! Really? Oh my freaking god, what a punt. Yes, it is more resource intensive, but does pose an on-hit. It is a flick effect and they do go against so its damage. That's quite interesting. Bonds, things, I think we take some damage here. I think we switch in to try to go for the kill, unless they have an insane turn here. Got lost in the T-bone, I have as well, yeah. They need to pitch. No! Ah! At least the pistol shots are for 1. But I think we can have lethal of Bond's double reaction into E-Strike. Stop doing things. You're not supposed to be doing things. No! I tried Katsu, he's so 2021. Yeah. Oof, that was really close. That was closer than what I wanted to. But good game either way. Yeah, Belazul, I think that Katsu with Bonds would probably be a deck. Katsu as he is right now. Leaving the weakness easy. I do find it funny, after 5 years, the heroes in the first 2 sets are now starting to LL. Yeah, I mean, that is quite interesting. But, you know, you can totally see that the older design had a bit of a more plain heroes. And now that they finally unleashed more of their ideas, that we see way more interesting heroes. I punted on that game, so let's open a booster. Καλησπέρα στα καλά μάτς. Thank you. Thank you, Zeratul Vagos. Not of the game, don't get lost in the T-Bone, I agree. And let's check Michi's list. Do we get anything special? No. This should be rare number 1, rare number 2, and the foil. Brothers of Flame. Good draft pack. March of Loyalty and Art of Dragonfire. Some interesting choices for draft. I would go to one clave, as I found having another dagger in place is better to go. So we run double clave, Mask of the Sick, Fleek, Black Tech Whisperers, and Tunic. Okay. One frailty, second frailty in the sideboard. Art of Desire is insane, Infect is insane, Kiss of Death is insane. Mark the Prey. Pain in the backside. More extenders. Pick up the point. Tarantula Stains, 3 copies of Toxicity, 2 copies of Shred, take up the mantle and simply 6 blues. Mark is budget infiltrate. Having an open slot for the GC since it is stealth is nice, yeah. Your list is aggressive enough that it would probably... I could see a universe where you prefer the vest over Tunic. Because your list is aggressive enough that after you flick a bunch of times, the game should be over. So we need to find 2 slots for AB, huh? In which deck we bring the Fate for Sins in? Which deck do we care about in order to bring the Fate for Sins? Because the only card I feel like is cuttable from this list is probably the Fate for Sins. Data Doll, okay. Frailty Trap, ninjas are still around. Are ninjas still around though, with Zephyr being banned? I can see your point. I mean, our list is red red line enough that it's really hard to run AB. I think versus Blaze you can simply run one arcane prevention effect and pray. I think since your list looks like this, I think you're making a good call. Ranting Sorrow, thanks for the follow, mate. Welcome. Irina's on Rendland. I was about to say that. Really good call, Sorrow. So, I think you can probably cut a card, I'd say a defense reaction, if I'm being honest, and add a single copy of Irina's Prayer. I think that will probably give you a much better chance. And we have 8 cards, we have 10 cards to pitch. Friendly Trap is also mask into it for a 5 block. Against Aurora, Oasis on specialization pings. Would Oasis be too much? Irina's Prayer costs 1, I don't remember. Irina's Prayer costs 1, huh? So it's pretty much the same. So with that in mind, you would probably prefer Oasis. But is Oasis enough? That's my problem. So Irina's Prayer 1/3 of the time, 1/4 of the time, will actually be an Oasis or worst. Nah, I think you still go for the prayer. I think you still go for the prayer. And when playing into Wizard, you simply try to kill them really fast. Yeah, I mean, if you go first, leak some damage, arsenal a card, then they play, you take 6, you go down to 14. I mean, you have two real turns to kill them. You have 2 real turns to kill them. You have to go first against Blaze. Yeah, I agree. You go first, you leak a bit of damage, you take 5, maybe 6, and you go down to 14, to 13, and then you're dead in 2 spells. So you literally have 2 turns to kill them. Ideally you have Kiss and Tox on turn 0, yeah. I don't think it's completely wild to try and kill them turn 2. I think you can accept the fact that this is probably one of your worst matchups. And not run any AB. I agree. I didn't know your list is that red line. Oh no. I tried to play CC with your list. Woundfire, okay. This matchup, I think, is one of the reasons why I don't like Arachne Marionette in the current metagame. Well, Prism lost US Young Heroes in CC. Slave for 5. Okay. I don't think Old Prism would have been too terrible if it wasn't for Luminaris. That's true. I mean, the main problem with Old Prism was Luminaris, nothing else. Okay. League 3, draw a marked. That's a good opener for Marionette. Into Infect. Okay. Ah. No cheese, no, I don't think I can. I don't think I can bonds. We simply wasted one value here. Orb Weaver, the one I've been trying to figure out how to build for. I think most of the time you simply cash in with the Orb Weaver. And sometimes you simply transform a random card into a non-attack +3 effect. I don't think there is much more you can do. Block with Codex. Okay. Okay, we didn't achieve much this turn. Perfect. Orb Weaver. I will probably block with levels if they attack with Celicera. If they have the second Tarantula Toxin here, I think I'm fine. I don't mind fighting over... Undersclave. Okay. Infect. This card is effectively block 4. This card is effectively block 4. I think I want to cash in, yes. I effectively use the card to block the dagger, which is fine. You don't run Oasis, or you just to put it into Assassins. I don't run Oasis because... So, my Artian list had ignored Enigmas. My Artian list pretty much ignored Enigmas, so I had the slots to side in everything I wanted because I was not expecting a lot of illusionist players in Greece. And I don't think that will be the case in London. I think in London you need to have the respect for illusionists. So in order to fit the respect for illusionists, I don't have the slots to also side in the sideboard, the full sideboard for wizards. So currently I'm not running any Oasis. I'm always taking this deal. Infiltrate. This early. So in this matchup, I think if we skip 15 turns, I win the game. So I think they need to get an early life advantage. If they don't, I think we're in a great position. I think if they want to do shenanigans with infiltrates, I'll let them do it. Okay. Oh, sure. Okay. An extra bunnies for one? No. So when I'm playing into Marionette as a new, I feel like I'm playing versus an aggressive deck. I don't think I'm playing versus another assassin. This is a completely different approach when playing like a new mirror or a new into Uzuri. When I'm playing versus Arachne, I think I'm playing versus an aggressive deck because they have no real late game plan. So if I shut down the early advantage, I don't think they can come back from the game. Infiltrate is a curious one for me as I haven't tested it much, but I can see the potential. In the early lists, in the list I made with Hamish from Push the Point regarding Marionette, I was running 2 copies of Infiltrate because I agree on that as well. The problem I later found with Infiltrate was the fact that if it misses, there are much better stealth cards. I mean, the red stealth slot is very competitive. And you can't run a card that sometimes is decent, sometimes does literally nothing. I mean, if you run Infiltrate, I'm expecting that you run already 3 copies of Art of Desire, the red Art of Desires. I have Tunic. I don't want to block with Venomous. I mean, I can attack with Attractions is not the end of the world. Oh, we can maybe simply accept the damage here. They might have a Tarantula here, and I don't want to get hit by Tarantula. Okay, let's respect the Tarantula because I like my hand. Let's respect the Tarantula. Yeah, they effectively did 2 card 7. I can take the 7 to keep tempo. Okay. And to pick up the point, okay. Now I don't... Bonds of Attraction is interesting, but I don't really care about that. I mean, they wanted to punish me for not blocking, so they wanted to push more damage and reclaim their knife. I mean, that's the good thing about Marionette. I mean, Flick Knives ended up being 2 damage. I think they wasted their BSV too early. I think that's a problem as well. Yeah, I think they might struggle now that they won't have the extra resource to do some interesting lines. I like Codex in this hand. Yeah, but isn't it better to snap than to flick the keys? That was a lot more damage, but I think they need the Snapdragons to activate bonds. They can't really activate bonds without Snapdragon. Can I ask how you decide blocks when there is no one hits? It really depends on how much value I'm expecting to get from my hand next turn. I mean, so the number one question in Flesh and Blood is which life total is more important in the current state of the game. So if you know, during the game it suddenly paused and someone said you guys have an option to make, you can both take 3 damage, do you accept? You really need to be able at all times to know what you would prefer. And in this current spot, I prefer 3 life. My 3 life are more important than the opponent's. When playing into Enigma, for instance, their life is more important compared to mine. So I would always take this deal when playing into Enigma, but I would never take this deal if I'm playing... why did I... Oh, my freaking god, why did I play the Transcend? Why did I play the Transcend? Oh my freaking god. -1 to our attack. Yeah, that was a brain fart. I thought we were going to mask. So the advanced line is that. The easier line is to, if I can't make full use of the card in my hand, I most of the time prefer to block. And that comes back to counting. If my turn cycle becomes much better when blocking, I think I prefer to block. You needed to wait for the Slither. Yeah, that's a common mistake in talishar before playing Lair. In a physical game, this would probably never happen, but in talishar, it's quite a common mistake. I don't need just a nick. Do I care to leave no witness? No, I think I don't care about the hiss. We both punted, I missed 2 damage, they missed the mark. It happens. Oh, they banished the Saver Bloodshed, okay. Honestly, I think it's the way the priority of instance play into the reaction step, that's the issue. I think to fix it, they would need to make it so where you can't play a D-React until one resolves. I think it's pretty clean right now how it works. I mean, it's pretty similar to a lot of games. Oh, busted. Busted! We should have took the damage. I'm playing super bad. I'm playing super bad this game. I think learning to block well is something I need to work on. Oh my freaking god. I need to focus. I need to focus. The lines last round was super silly. I'm taking talishar priority unless that's how heirlooms go too with the reaction step. You are supposed to be getting a priority after everything is supposed to resolve. The big difference is that it's somewhat obvious that you're passing priorities. I mean, when someone plays a card, unless the opponent stops you, most of the time you go on. So that's what's somewhat different compared to IRL, compared to talishar. But the thing is, talishar tries its best to maintain as true a priority window as it should be happening. So it's a good, if you learn to play with talishar, but you know, have an actual understanding of how things work, that sometimes helps you playing in a physical game. Because there are many weird scenarios where if the reaction has resolved or not actually matters a lot. And there are situations like Uzuri attacks with a stealth and they activate Uzuri, and then you play two defense reactions before the Uzuri effect resolves. A red back. Okay. Into infiltrate. Okay. Should I pass? No, I think that's a bit too greedy. I think I need to at least dagger. No copies of Take Up the Mantle and we reached the second cycle. No, we didn't reach the second cycle, we got hit by bombs, okay. Do I care to play cards? Somewhat I do, yeah. I don't want... I think I should... No, I think I should sync away the chi. I think I should sync away the chi. Okay. Not the end of the world. Kiss of Death for 7. Okay. I think we played really bad this game, and I think we're probably going to lose, but we deserve that. I mean, both the -1 line was super important because we never got rid of their first Hunter's Clave, which is relevant. And the second thing was the discard on the flick when they chose to use the Celicera. If they had used the Clave, sure, but they didn't. We are marked and we have seen 0 copies of Take Up the Mantle. If they attack from Arsenal, this is a Take Up the Mantle. Oh, I will never block that. Pump it up to Quadrillion, I don't care. Okay. Maybe they are not running it. Art of Desire Mind. Draw a card, it's fine. Discarding Codex. I would even accept this trade manually. I think I dagger. I don't have CNC, so I don't care about the extra resource. With what the deck shows, not knowing how much is there is potential that you could have a pivot point right now. Yeah, let me show you. I think now the deck sizes are quite important. I can never fit everything I want in the screen with talishar. Because 80% of the time the deck size is not relevant, but when it is, I don't like turning off the chat. Oops, we've seen Take Up the Mantle being pitched earlier on. Please don't draw a Chi, please don't draw a Chi, don't draw a Chi, don't draw a Chi. Oh, no more flick knives. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ah, not prognosis. Is that just a nick? One copy of just a nick. Oh, that's just a nick. Two copies of just a nick. Two copies of just a nick. I still have a turn, so I don't mind. I still have a turn. Now we need to play really aggressively into not getting hit by Clave. And we got our tempo back. And now they can't play bonds. And 3 copies of Prognosis in the graveyard. 1, 2 copies of Prognosis. Ah. Please don't have another Prognosis with just a nick. Please, mister! Okay, second copy of Take Up the Mantle. Perfect. So we can play around. I'll take 1. I don't think I mind. Okay, leave no witness. I think Sing Below is better than Fate for Sin because I might be flooded with cheese. And cheese. I don't mean cheese. I mean chi. Okay, I'm leaving, guys. Sorry for the punt. Okay. They have just a nick. Okay, nice. Okay, we have 2 Nick Mask next turn. And we have 2 Sing Belows to defend ourselves. This is delicious, you can eat tea. Give me free. Yeah, I'm a cheese enjoyer as well. I think my life total is a bit too important though. I mean, I have a great turn of 2 cards. What's the worst thing that can happen? They are not running Command and Conquer. What's the worst that could happen? I don't want to get hit by a weird setup turn. Oh yeah, that was the mistake. If I block the 3 power, I can't block the Clave now. But I guess it's fine. What's the worst matchup? Any type of illusionist. Any type of illusionist and warriors, I'd say, are the worst matchups. And the Green Prince himself, true. An F warrior that wants to face you. I mean, Kasai and Dorinthia are probably completely unplayable. Versus Dorinthia, you might have a 15% chance, 15-ish % chance. Versus Kasai, I think you have no chance at all. And Enigma is a hard matchup, but because it's a very technical matchup, sometimes you can beat if you high roll a bit and they are not super experienced with handling all the situation. Prism, if Prism draws good, you have no chance. Three codexes are here. Interesting. I don't think they have a mantle target. They still have bonds and stuff. And we are at a point where a lot of cards are annoying. So, Bonds of Attraction, haha. Oh no, guys, I had a horrible hand. Simply Bonds of Attraction. Tricked you! Tricked you! I tricked you! Bonds and Prognosis. Go again. I can mask as well here. What do you think is stronger versus the field, Mario or Sleepy? So I think Sleepy is pretty weak into assassins, and that's a big problem because being weak into Nu, which Nu is probably the second best in the current format, is a big drawback. But also Mario has the same problem. So if you accept the fact that the assassin are going to be a weird matchup, I think Sleepy and Mario are pretty similar to that. The reason I would prefer to be playing Marionette over Sleepy is that I think the Marionette deck has can play to more situations. Compared to Sleepy, because if Sleepy doesn't have the tempo, sometimes he's simply too weak, I feel like. I think Sleepy is better into Nu. That's true. Sleepy is probably better into Nu as well. So he's banished, yeah. Yeah. Again, we made a lot of mistakes this game. I'm opening a pack. Nice comeback. Yeah, we were pretty lucky that we managed to fatigue them, but that's the thing. I think that's the problem with a lot of Marionette lists that run a bit too many cute stuff regarding the daggers. I don't think it's that easy to fit into your deck 3 copies of Orange Spinneret and 3 copies of Pick Up the Point and, 3 copies of Mark the Prey. Then sometimes you just get tempo and have nothing to do with it. You do not disrupt, you do not deal a lot of damage, you simply do cute stuff with your daggers and pain in the backside. I think you need slightly more relevant stealth cards compared to that. So let's see if we get anything good. Also no weakest links. I think it's a bit hard to run 2-cost cards in Arachne. Another good draft pack. Syrian Gaze or Red Bite, pick one, pack one. Both of these are horrible. Horrible draft pack, oh my freaking god. There is no card I want to pick one, pack one. Once Arachne runs out of mark means and attack reaction, it's done. Yeah, but that's the thing, you are supposed to be dying into that. Okay, guys, one more. We need the reps for London. We need the reps from London. That's the last game we play with Nu. After that, some Bolting got asked. Should we play some Bolting? Or everyone is going to leave? No, let's play some Bolting. Bolting this. No! Why? Okay, I need to beat my nemesis. Let's go. Cut from the same cloth, best card in draft. That's true. Cut from the same cloth is pretty powerful. But it was a yellow. It's still probably better than other cards, but... Would you pick a yellow warrior? But it's Assassin Warrior, huh? Yeah, I think this pick one, pack one is Oh no, guys, there is a bug. I had go again. Why didn't I get an action point for attacking Sentinel? No. It's okay. The opponent won't attack us now. I guess I can overpitch for a weakest link. If I'm still going to dagger into the LS, I want to find my better cards quite fast, so I don't want to get stuck with a hand that does nothing and only draw 2 cards. That was my thought process behind that. Herald, but no blues. But they have... They can erudition me here, but they don't. But they won't have go again if they erudition me here. Oh, GG. Block with these 2. Block with these 2. They're going to throw another Herald. They're running Vestige. I need to get rid of Pierce of Reality. So I can block here, but I think I prefer a blue card to be in Soul, but that also deals 1. I think I need not to block here. They will probably bring Erudition, but that has a higher chance of missing. Protection, okay. I can keep a card in Arsenal. I already have a card in Arsenal, so I don't need to keep a card in Arsenal. Brick. It sucks that Prism is at her best again to the not a lot of popper meta, yeah. Come on, don't open with I think we are not supposed to pop here. Okay. Cool. Can I somehow get go again without popping boots? No. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Prognosis. I think I prefer a prognosis in Arsenal over a CNC. CNC is good numbers if they start bringing shields though. I have seen 0 copies of Jestenic. No. I think I prefer to keep a CNC. Okay, I don't think I mind that. Do I dagger? Dagger. Do I prefer E-Strike or just a nick in Arsenal? Do I prefer E-Strike or just a nick in Arsenal? Dagger gives them an opportunity to play That's All You Got, so I don't want Dagger. That could easily be a Nora though, but I don't mind dealing 6. Don't play a second. Perfect. Yes! Yes! Surprised you didn't dodge a Genesis with 2 Increasers. I didn't have Guardian in the CNC. Block with cards. Block with cards, block with cards. Stop cheating. Are they going to awaken? Okay, I'm giving them the Bloodroot, I don't care. I'm giving them the Bloodroot. I need to clean my arsenal. There was a consideration about using the arousing because now they survived 1 down to Genesis. What is this? Help! Just a nick, just a nick, just a nick. Manifest, manifest, chat. Manifest, manifest. Rebirth, not Triumph. They fetch Rebirth, not Triumph. Oh, they're trying to lock me. So they pitch a yellow. Yeah, no matter what they draw, they play another ALS. Suffering is real. George must be happy testing for you. No, it's not last ALS. They looped. They use Rebirth to put ALS on bottom and then they draw it. Oh! I'm confused how this is illegal. Very specific things need to happen for this to be active. I mean, they had the cards in soul they need to do this thing, which is not always the case. They need specifically Rebirth, they need 2 copies of ELS. It's not as easy as it sounds. And now they're going to give us a turn and we have nothing to do. Oh! I would almost say maybe flick into this matchup just to flick into Angels, or does Spectra not give reaction window? I forget. Spectra is not giving you reaction window. Oh my freaking god! Oh my freaking god! Oh! 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 Okay. I missed that. Did they? Okay, yeah. Like they had no blocks. They literally had no other blocks. They could have used Vestige to block as well, I think. They should have used both Vestige and Phantasmal Footsteps. They missed. They punted. They punted 100%. If they had simply, I think they just tilted and, you know, lost to the pick to pieces. Guys, we lost this game. They 100% punted. They literally, all they needed to do was not get hit by pick to pieces. If they had blocked with Vestige and Boots, we were losing. And they had the Herald to hit back next turn. And my next hand, if it didn't have pick to pieces, which it didn't, was game over. Oh my freaking god. Oof. Okay. What is this bleed shenanigans happening? What time it is? Okay, I promised. Should we play traditional bolting though, or hatchets? Or fatigue bolting? Okay, let's play traditional bolting. Please no more assassin. We are going to destroy the Auroras. That's what we're going to do with our list. Auroras are getting destroyed. So, I was thinking about making a Bolton list that runs a combo and transform into fatigue for the slower matchups, but I think that's just too hard. You don't need to see that, guys. You don't need to see my struggle. Do I run take flight yellow? I guess Enigma is a deck. Vanguard, Warcry of Bellona. I don't think I'm supposed to run any yellows. I want to run Strike to roleplay a good deck. We can rank Sync Fates, etc. Shelter. Soul Sealed, right? Okay, I'm a role player. I like Snatch in my Bolton lists. And Raiden, obviously. So we have 9D react, so we go up to 455. We need 5 more cards in the core of the deck. And we need 9 cards to cut when we transform. I guess 3, 6... That's decent, 3, 6, 9. So we should be adding 9 cards. So we need 5. No, we had 12. So we need 2 more cards in the core of the deck. Warrior. We want the new arms. Valiant, yeah. And let's run Tunic for the slower matchups. And then let's add Halo in order to roleplay the fact that we might have a chance into Wizards, which we do not. And 4 more cards. I think we need 4 more cards in the aggressive game plan. We need 4 more cards when we play versus strategies where we need to be the aggressor. So... Battlefield Bleeds? Do we need more cards to charge? We have 20 yellows. Lumina Lance. We can run a Lumina. We can run a Lumina. And we need 1 more card. Let's run a Battlefield Bleeds. So we have 2 more cards. So I guess we could give 2 cards to either Prism or... let's run the 2 Bane Banner of Protections. And feel cute. Yeah, let's go. Illuminate is good, but I chose to run Snatch instead of Illuminate. I think Snatch and Illuminate are on the same slot. Illuminate blocks better, but blocking 3 is not that great. Oh my freaking god, no. Do I go first? No. Do I run Tunic? I think I should run Tunic into no. There was supposed to be no assassins, you ask nicely. Nerve Scalpel, okay. I like my hand, I don't mind taking one. Banner it, okay. That means I'm setting up... I don't like setting any of those cards, so I think I want to open with... pitch the Banneret. Pitch Banneret for here, light the way, take flight. Pitch take flight. Banneret sword. I think it's better to do it like this. Mainly because I keep a better card in Arsenal. Nice. I'm never blocking that. Levels. I'm pretty sure we need to take 4 here. Light the way, Banneret, sword, Arsenal, take flight, so I probably need to block with Fate Force in the next attack. Scalpel, sure. Leave no witness, okay. I'm fine if you want to trade the arms for a card. V for Vanguard, the next turn we will have Tunic up, so it's fine. Oh, it's Nerve Scalpel, not the gear. We punted. Sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, it was Nerve Scalpel. I thought it was the gear. Imagine knowing the assassin cards and playing assassin. Okay, I'm fine with that. Fine is a strong word. Scale equipment nerve reacts, and the orbiter and spider non-attacks and attacks. I can't even V for Vanguard. V for Vanguard is the best design card in the game. I love V for Vanguard as well. Okay, let's finally have a turn worthy of our name. Did I add beacon? Okay. Did they make it rare for draft reasons? Because otherwise it makes no sense compared to other Majestics. You mean even V for Vanguard? Probably so. I mean, it was older design of draft, and they felt like cards like V for Vanguard would be GG. And they felt probably that cards like V for Vanguard would be, oh, I opened V for Vanguard, they have a strong reason to get into bolting. But that's just completely not how Flesh and Blood draft works. Probably because the power level of the card with Lumina, I think. Having V is good, plus they need a specialization for his Bleach deck. Yeah. Okay, I think we want to play a fair game into Zen. Saving Grace is not that great. I think I want the Resolve. If I want Resolve, I should run Saving Grace as well. Saving Grace blocks 5. No, I should go with Tunic. If I go with Tunic, I want this one as well. Soul Shield is whatever. Yeah, I mean the new age of Zen lists play more of a mid-range game. That's why I mean we want to play a fair game into Zen. The game was fast, considering the fact that I was on new. Yeah, we got destroyed, mates. We literally got destroyed. I think I punted a bit. I should have taken a bigger risk with the mask, and when blocked with the boots, I should have probably charged. Yeah, you see, they run wax-ons, CNCs, they want to play fair game. They're good lads. Please don't brick, 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 don't brick. Oh! Should have kept the E-Strike. Also, saving on turn 0 was... Okay, they have a brick hand as well. But that looks a lot like a Command and Conquer. Let's get rid of the sink below. I knew that Bolton was defensive, but I didn't know that he's that defensive. I'm not so sure what cards exactly to bring with Bolton currently. And I feel like one of the few things you have access to compared to other decks is the defensive tools. That in theory should give you a better matchup into Assassins, but you see what happened in the game with Mitch. That was the reason that I think that potentially you could run a much weaker combo version of Bolton in order to have a sideboard plan with the big axe for decks like No. You need more 0/4 to keep some tempo. I agree. Yeah, maybe the 9 D-Reacts is not something that Bolton can get away with. I mean, you had a V-turn for like 15, 16. Yeah, but it wasn't enough because I was prepping for this turn for a quadrillion turns. If in that turn I also had the Talisman on board, and I had Lumina in Arsenal, so I could also Lumina into 2 attacks, I maybe had a chance this game. But we got destroyed. I think a mistake also was that when I blocked with Boots, I should have charged. And just not respect the next attack. That's a pretty clean... That's a Courage. I should block with Express, I guess. And next turn we set up a Quicken. Take 2. Tiger for 1, take 1. I don't think I want to sacrifice a gear for 1 block, so I think I'm just going to block Shelter. We are getting slightly outvalued by the Zen, but we are setting up a Soul, and in order to win this game we need to cast in the Soul. And we have set it up a Quicken. If they don't have a D-React here, I like our position. If this goes through, I really like our position. So now we're looking for a V to play our hand. We're looking for a Lumina. We could draw. We could kick away the Courage and draw. I'm at 31, I don't need to start blocking with equipment. Ooh la la! Blue flick flag. Oh, in order to transcend. That's cute. I feel like his strike has a very low lows. Okay, are we playing though the Lumina, or should we grid? I think it's pretty likely that they have a command and they could have a command and conquer or an erase phase in their hand, so I don't want to find that out. Ah, they had a flick flack. Okay, I'll do the insane thing and charge the Beacon of Victory. Or what can I fetch? I can fetch a Snatch. Okay, if I Beckoning Bravado, that's a 2-card 7 and I set up a Beaming Bravado. If I play the Beaming Bravado, charging the Beaming Bravado, I play the Beacon. Remove 1, 2, 3 cards from Soul, go down to 2 and fetch a Snatch. And I still have 2 cards in Soul. So it's 4, 7, 11 plus potential Arsenal. The other line is 7 plus Arsenal. Okay. I don't want to bring the third Lumina here. I don't want to bring the third Lumina because if we run out of Luminas, it's much more easier for the opponent to expect their life total. Where now, we still have the high roll potential of doing the V4 Vanguard line. That's why I considered not caring about the Beacon and waiting to get the second one. One more for Guardian. Don't forget for Guardian with Snatch, I think even if they let the Snatch go through or block and it gets pumped, I think I prefer to get a card in Arsenal right now. I really want to set up a turn with V4 Vanguard into Lumina. I think that's how we win this game. I need to set up a V4 Vanguard turn in general, I think. Oh, Snatch into Raiden. Yeah, of course. Snatch into Raiden, huh? Hey, I have the fear that they want to play a 4-card hand and we are already far behind. If they start racing now, we are pretty behind. I think. Yeah, there it is. I think this is a Tiger Strike Suko Kasaya block. But why didn't they block with Traverse and Kasaya the Snatch? Oh, they let the Snatch go through? Oh, they have a Waxon, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. We got the V for Vanguard. Can we survive? And they have a levels. So the question is, we are at 16 with equipment 18. Can we... We are at effectively 18. If we can keep a 5-card hand, we can maybe win this game. And there are 3 cards in the deck that make this turn completely busted. Perfect. Just don't have a Command and Conquer. Be a lad. Perfect. Okay. It's happening. If I charge 2 cards, I get +2 in 4 attacks. That's a total of 8. If I charge 3 times, I get +3 in 3 attacks. That's 9. But I also miss the 3 damage from the light away. So it's better to charge twice here. If we can keep a 3-card hand, we are in a perfect spot. Should I start casting an equipment? Yes. Hero chase the tail for 2. Chase the tail for 4 and another 3. Take 2. So that's another 6. 7. Oh, they asked for a card! Oh, that's game. Maybe we need more copies of Cataclysm. Yeah, let's run one more copy of Cataclysm. Maybe that's the out we need in these matchups. Yeah, they need to get a brick hunt here. What? They need to get a brick hunt here, that's our only out. Because I don't know how we can ever beat them if they block forward gear. No! Oh, we didn't open the booster for last game, and we probably will open a booster for this game as well. No, they didn't take the bait. Ba-da-dum-ba-dum. No, good game. I think the one mindset I need to get rid is the no-win scenario. It's a really hard thing to do, especially because how easier it is to play games nowadays with talishar and things. And because most of the time you actually do not win, but I think overall you are definitely missing some win percentage points. If you know, whenever some things go wrong, you instantly get into the mindset, okay, I lost, let's play another game. I think you miss some points. So if you want to level up your competitive play, I'd say that's something you should work on, yeah. And myself included, I have a big problem with that as well. So let's see if we got anything nice. No. And this is rare number 1, rare number 2, and the foil. Horrible cards. Yellow is not even good for draft, but there is... Oh. There is a public bounty red, a two sides of the blade red, and a hunter haunted. I'm not so sure which of these 3 cards I would pick. I like Public Bounty a lot, so I think I'd probably go for the Public Bounty. Come on, Marvel Arachne, let's go! No. And this is rare number 1, rare number 2, and the foil. No, stop giving me yellows. Okay, guys, thanks for dropping by. Tomorrow, I will try to be an adult and make the deck tech videos for Marionette and Nu. And so I won't have time to stream, but we will definitely stream Friday no matter what. And hopefully later tomorrow, I'll upload the videos for Arachne and Nu. So thanks for dropping by, have fun in your armories. I think the effects of my gameplay... I think it affects my gameplay in Swiss armories for sure, yeah. I mean, it's really hard, you need to have a pretty clear mind when you're doing that, but try to do it like a mental challenge. Try to play an armory and be like, okay, I'm preparing like this is a rated event. And, you know, I'll try to always get my odds and outs. So again, guys, thanks for dropping by. See you around. Have fun, be safe. There's another day of Inset Armory. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. See ya.